I'm Shirakawa from ohe.horseline. It's a pleasure to be here.
The pleasure is mine. It's December already. How has your year been?
Well, in response to the 2024 problem, well, the announcement was a bit delayed, but there was a significant price increase, and what caused the most, well, stir or impact was withdrawing the Sapporo and Hakodate routes.
Was that this year?
It was last year.
Right, last year.
Well, since then we've had various complaints and inquiries, and even amidst all that, well, even now, at this stage of filming on Sunday, November 16th, discussions with the Land Transport Bureau and the Ministry have been dragging on quite a bit, being given the runaround, and after all, there are various laws we must comply with. Well, yes, the 2024 problem has greatly shaken up this horse transport industry. And in the end, despite making that declaration, although we didn't run the Sapporo-Hakodate routes, well, looking at the year as a whole, we received requests for operations similar to the previous year, and hearing those pleas of please do it, we're counting on you, we ended up doing it at the operational level. Even while saying stop, don't move them, the reality is we're doing it. But, well, probably around the time of this filming, our customers will also be receiving notices of further price increases for next year. The notification letters are starting to arrive. By 2026, for certain, we'll have cleared the issues raised by the 2024 problem. Well, they're all linked, so it's complicated, but we must clear what was initially envisioned. Then, in 2025, the regulations that took effect this April, to clear those as well, well, the communication here is a matter of legal interpretation, so it's quite difficult. The process of handling customer requests has really, just to transport a single horse, it seems we'll have to sign a contract every single time. And that's likely where we're probably going to end up. Or,
That's tough.
yes, whether it's via email or a cloud-based contract. Without that being speedy, with time and location adjustments after receiving a request, won't work like it used to, and likely some companies won't be able to keep up. Transport companies saying they can't handle it, and the clients as well. If they can't do this, we'll have to say we can't transport them. If the transport company can't adapt, administrative penalties due to the 2024 problem are possible, but penalties under the laws enacted in 2025 are also entirely within the realm of possibility. Well, from next year on, more and more laws will likely be created. The government is pushing for things like digitalization, and they'll keep making laws, assuming it's only natural that we can adapt to those things.
It feels like we have to keep on fighting.
That's right. To put it simply, well, maybe it's not that simple. For transport companies and drivers, it's standard to take a 30-minute break every 4 hours, yet highway parking lots are full, leaving them with nowhere to rest. Even though the government made the law, they haven't provided the environment to follow it. Strangely enough, and I don't know if there's a convenience store association or what, but the legal wording actually says to rest at highway parking areas, service areas, or convenience store parking lots. They've actually put the word convenience store in writing. I mean, convenience stores are private property, aren't they? The government just deciding people can use them is more than a little questionable. So I don't know what kind of agreement they have with convenience store organizations, but the owners are all supposed to be separate. And yet there are signs in each lot saying, please no idling.
Yes, there are.
The trucks carrying frozen goods can't just turn off their engines. There are so many issues. The people making the laws are overdoing it. There's such a huge gap between the people in charge of the actual sites and the lawmakers.
Exactly.
Even if you inquire, they just say, I don't know. They just say the law is written this way, so please follow it. You ask for an explanation, but they won't give one because they can't take responsibility if they're wrong.
Isn't that just being irresponsible?
Yeah, but for the people at the counter, I guess they have no choice.
It really feels like people who don't know the reality are deciding things.
Yeah, I'm not sure what percentage of transport companies this accounts for, but it's like the construction industry. You have the big major companies. The bulk of it is the structure of secondary, tertiary, and quaternary subcontractors. Transport is essentially the same. There are a few major companies, then several layers of subcontractors, all the way down to sole proprietors who are actually doing the hauling. I am not sure what percentage of the whole that group represents, but it seems like the law only uses that as the standard.
Right. Small businesses and those at the bottom of the subcontracting chain are getting the short end of the stick.
Part of the reason for the strictness is supposedly to protect them. We usually get orders from the same places all the time, right? So maybe we could sign contracts on a monthly or even a yearly basis.
Yeah.
In a niche business like ours, well, the world is full of niche things, I guess. But what's the point of signing a contract for every single little interaction? Like for seafood transport, you never know what you'll catch or when. You're dealing with living things. You can't make guarantees. I wonder what will happen to that world. So this year, the 2024 problem truly drove the point home for me. Laws just keep changing so rapidly, don't they? To keep up, we really have to fundamentally change how we've always done things. I think we've reached a point where we truly need a radical rethink of how horse transport logistics actually work.
And even heading into 2026, these issues are still cropping up as problems.
And I'm sure even more new laws will be introduced.
It feels like the regulations are just getting tighter and tighter.
Take the response I got recently. Just do what you can for now. We'll pass this up the chain. Honestly, it feels like a textbook example of a non-answer. Do what you can, they say, but if you can't actually do it and you get caught, there are penalties, right? Are they really going to guarantee our safety in those situations? The question is, can you actually do that? Once a law is in effect, anything else is a violation.
Exactly.
Do what you can. I mean, that's
the kind of answer you give during the planning stage.
Right. You really should not officially implement something like that. The government or its various departments simply cannot keep up with the pace. Maybe they are unable to keep up with global trends either. It's like we are seeing that reality laid bare.
Is it the same with the JRA or other organizers as it is with the government?
Well, we have to keep approaching them and making requests. Our stance is clear. We won't do this, we won't do that, we can't. Even though we've withdrawn from Sapporo and Hakodate because of the situation, people still ask, can't you do it? No, we stopped because it's legally impossible. I tell them other companies won't be able to do it either. We should be looking for different methods. The pros are all saying it's becoming impossible. But it's not a matter of finding a way. It's becoming legally impossible? Actually, what's happening now is already out of bounds. We want the JRA and local racing organizers to succeed, but we need to discuss how to make that happen. How long do we have to keep having this same conversation?
I feel like the point is being missed.
Probably the reason they're talking like that is mid-level people. Or rather, they haven't really talked to the top brass. Structurally, in those kinds of organizations, they think about how many years the boss has left, or their own term in the current position, or getting promoted at the next transfer. So they don't want to mess up where they are now. Young and mid-level people, after all, their lives are about working here. Working here. While wanting to stay long-term, they can act out of a sense of crisis, but it's difficult when the people holding the power won't move.
If anything, shouldn't the JRA or the organized team up with ohe.horseline and negotiate with the Ministry of Transport or regarding the laws? Unless their mindset changes, the burden just falls on us, and being told to handle it ourselves is just unreasonable, is how it feels.
If the JRA doesn't move, then regarding that, it's not just the transport companies that have to deal with laws and various other things, it's the farms too.
Yes, of course.
Even though various places are in a situation where they're forced to change. Unless perhaps the organizers try to change something at this point.
Yes.
There's that. And also, well, the JRA too, with fan acquisition and labor shortages like the stable hands at their training centers or the staff at the race courses, labor shortages, I think they're putting a lot of effort into addressing that. But the reality is that even if people join the front lines, the environment makes them lose the will to continue. That's the kind of situation it's become.
Yeah. It's a year 2025 where we're buffeted by various problems.
That's true.
Next year will be the same? 2026?
Well, yes. Fighting against the walls that keep appearing, how to break through them or overcome them.
You're like a protagonist.
RPG.
There's also the issue of horse transport trucks.
Well, yes.
How many trucks did we get this year?
To be honest, at this point, until a few months ago, they were scheduled to arrive in October or November. As of now, well, with things changing back and forth, as of November 16th, one will probably arrive in December, and the second one might be in February, I think.
That's quite a ways off.
That's just it. It means a lot is happening on that side too.
Things that were decided are being delayed quite a bit. Hasn't the delay gap widened this year?
Well, I didn't think it was set in stone, it's just a schedule, and looking at the last few years, they usually get delayed more than what's said. But this year, things have changed back and forth too much. You really can't predict the schedule.
Right, okay.
It's really just a tentative word.
It's not a schedule you can rely on.
That's true.
In terms of the replacement cycle, weren't we supposed to get 3 or 4 more trucks within a year?
Yes.
Maybe 4 or 5.
We'd like that.
So, it really seems like there might actually be some movement happening here, or then again, maybe not.
Yeah, well, it's a major issue. One we've been dealing with for a while. We saw it coming, but tried to look away. We relied too much on others. The supply capacity of horse transporters. Right now, nationwide, I don't think the total number even reaches 300, but companies properly operating horse transport, those getting paid proper fares and running it as a solid business, in total, the total number of horse transporters in Japan is probably 300. Well, give or take, I think,
Mm-hmm. You mean the ones currently in operation?
Well, basically they are running.
Including race transport and long distance.
And that has been gradually, slowly, over many long years. The manufacturing and supply capacity has been decreasing nationwide. One of the top 3 horse transporter manufacturers, a company based in Kyoto, has already withdrawn from the horse transporter sector. Well, there are some companies here and there across the country making them as a workaround. But at Trabas in Hokkaido, they're managing about 5.5 units a year. I believe Tokyo Tokushu also said they do 5 or 6 units. Even if we say 11.5 or 12 units, there might be a few other companies I don't know about, but probably race transport vehicles, well, it's always been this way, but it's normal to use them for over 20 years. The mileage is low, they rarely drive on snowy roads, and they don't suffer from salt damage. But for companies like Aihera Unso in Hokkaido or Kyushu, the distances they cover are different, and they do get salt damage. With the current capacity having dropped this much, I'm not sure if it's around 300 units, but can we even maintain that number?
It's just going to keep decreasing.
It will. Our replacement cycle is definitely longer than it used to be, and we're really forcing them to last. Fundamentally, it's a dangerous situation. The foundation, or the backbone, so to speak, is becoming precarious. We can manage for now because we have skilled craftsmen, but the people who can fix these things are also rapidly decreasing. This supply issue is incredibly significant. I really don't know what others in the industry truly think about it. We need to keep increasing the production capacity for horse transport vehicles. With rivals emerging, I think there'll be some healthy competition to improve. Manufacturers will make better things and hopefully find a fair price. Not too cheap, but just right. Even though we've found one company that might take it on, we still need to find others who can do it. We have to keep looking for more places that can build them for us. Even if we end up doing it ourselves, talking to dealers and people at manufacturing plants, and hearing from those who've started building them, they say it'd take at least 5 years for us to finish just one. That's what they say. Just for one vehicle. That's for the very first one. For the very first one. The second one might take maybe 2 or 3 years to complete.
By that math, that's about 3 vehicles in 10 years, right?
So doing it ourselves is the worst option. It's definitely faster to find professionals to do it. Well, I've come to realize the reality. Even the places that seem willing to build them, the cost exceeds 100 million yen. I've been making offers this year, saying I'd be grateful even at 100 or 150 million yen, to 60, 70, 80 places already. My proposals were just way too low. To start from scratch, investing in both people and equipment, the more reputable the company, the more they tell me, no matter how much money you offer. Right, yeah, maybe it really was too cheap to ask them to start from zero. Now I can see that prices like 200 or 300 million yen are likely in the near future.
It seems like there's a tiny glimmer of hope now.
Right? Among the many major issues we face, the horse transport vehicle problem is somehow, for now, at a status quo. It's not a bright light, but at least I feel like we've backed away from the edge of the cliff a bit.
It's just the beginning. We haven't even reached the starting line yet.
Exactly, so we need to build a bridge before we're pushed back to the edge again. That's how it feels, but, well, we've managed some life-prolonging measures, so in the meantime, somehow...
Move forward with other things.
That's right. As for what's changed, well, I think this Ohe Transport TV program itself, I'm starting to see a future where the employees and staff can run it the way they want. It's becoming clearer. Right now, there are still things I want to communicate, and even though views are low, I know the people we want to reach are watching. So, I believe that's what's important. Until now, it was mostly President Shirakawa doing the talking, but with the drivers actually appearing.
Drivers can give more of a boots-on-the-ground perspective, which I think will definitely help with recruitment. And for those thinking of applying, seeing what kind of people work here makes it feel more relatable. I really felt a great sense of expansion during this latter half.
That's true. We originally started this YouTube channel.
Yes.
Specifically for recruitment. So I think it's good to get back to those roots.
It would also be interesting to have other companies on more. I think everyone already knows the main star players, like the trainers, the jockeys, and the horses themselves.
They're well known.
That's why I want to focus on the unsung heroes. I want to dive deeper into the behind-the-scenes roles. Assistant trainers' names might come up sometimes, but I don't think they're often given a chance to speak or get much public exposure. Grooms don't really get to comment much either, do they? Farriers, feed suppliers, all those people behind the scenes. I even think it'd be interesting to have the guy who spreads wood chips at the training center. I want to hear more stories from those supporting roles.
Yeah.
I'd like to explore that. Actually, some trainers have even started their own YouTube channels lately.
I see.
People over in Rito are doing it too.
It just shows that everyone, myself included, feels that we need to grow the horse racing fan base. Whether it's increasing the number of people involved, addressing the labor shortage, or just raising awareness, I think it's something we all agree on.
Right. So it's been a pretty good year? Even with all the problems?
Yes, the problems are piling up, but it's not like we aren't moving forward. Things we've solved, things we might solve.
Well, let's hope for more progress next year.
Right, I'm sure new challenges will pop up too.
We'll handle them as they come.
We'll clear what we can, quickly, and keep heading in a good direction. And you know, one more thing. Even for a small-time company like ours, we really want to bring in the right people. So we've started using a few services like BizReach to recruit for a COO position. Not necessarily a specialist, but someone who can oversee everything. We've started recruiting for that.
So, like a right-hand man, so to speak.
Exactly, someone who can immediately become my right and left hand.
Hit ground running.
I mean, we need to develop our current staff too. But we're in a situation where we can't just wait for that.
Well, hopefully we'll have more people next year.
Yes.
Management drivers?
Oh, definitely.
Right, absolutely.
Yes. And actually, I just got some good news. I just heard recently, I thought some veteran drivers might retire at the end of the year, saying they couldn't drive anymore next year. There were about 2 people I thought might be done, but I can manage somehow, or...
Oh, they'll stay on?
That's right.
Wow.
I'm really grateful for that. Well, while the veterans are still here, we must pass their skills to the youth. Once you lose those assets, you can't get them back. If we were just another transport division, started by people who've never even touched a horse, if we ever fell to that level, honestly, we wouldn't even know where to begin. To put it simply, I want to avoid that scenario. Approaching that means quality has clearly dropped.
Even if the brand name remains the same, once a negative image takes hold,
Exactly.
it's really hard to turn things around.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, that's it for this year, I guess.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
I look forward to next year.
Me too. Ohe is currently hiring drivers. Please check the recruitment or corporate site in the description. If you're interested, we'd love for you to apply. Thank you.